Getting late-breaking updates about a police chase that stretched from just south of Toledo all the way to our area, and we just learned an officer from Bluffton has died. Dominic Francis was deploying stop strips when the vehicle involved hit and killed him. Investigators say that's when they got out of the car they were driving in and stole another one. They then drove from Bluffton all the way to Eaton Township in Lorain County. Now, during a news conference that was held just a short time ago, we learned 2 people were arrested. The search for a third suspect is ongoing at this hour. A wild crash in Akron after a Jeep goes airborne, hitting the second floor of a home. All that chaos ended on Hawk Avenue. That Jeep ended landing on the front porch after flying into the house. Nobody inside was hurt. We're working to learn the condition of the driver and what led to that pretty amazing crash. Opening statements were held today in a case that has gripped Geauga County for decades. We're talking about Geauga's child, that newborn baby found dead in the woods back in 1993. It was 26 years later, in 2019, when Gail Ritchie admitted she'd left that baby there.
She gave birth to a baby boy in the bathroom. She then took that baby boy and put him in a garbage bag. She took that garbage bag and put it in the trunk of her car. And she doesn't remember if it's a day or 2 later or a couple weeks later, but she ultimately dumps that child in the woods.
She was scared. She had no idea what to do. She went into the kitchen, she grabbed a few rags, cleaned up as best as she could, got a black garbage bag from underneath the sink.
Ritchie says the baby was stillborn and she panicked. She's facing several charges, including murder. We're waiting to hear back from the city of East Cleveland about a lawsuit filed against 4 of its police officers, the city and police chief. Redrick Ward accuses the officers of violating his civil rights and causing severe injuries during an incident back in 2020. We requested this body camera footage showing a car chase after someone called 911 and reported someone driving on the sidewalk. Ward is then tased and stopped by an officer.
He almost ran us over, too, there.
The East Cleveland Police Chief tells us Officer Nicholas Fody was terminated and then awarded his position back through arbitration. Let's take a break from the news headlines here at noon to get you caught up on the Power 5 forecast. And Katie, we see the flags flying there. That wind this morning was no joke.
It was not. It was certainly wind advisory criteria because you see it's still a stiff breeze and it has already decreased. These are some of our peak wind gusts so far. Downtown 54, Sandusky 56 miles per hour. So some of the most intense wind speeds, about 45 to 55 miles per hour. We still have the wind advisory in effect until 2 p.m. So it is still very gusty out there and the winds will gradually be decreasing as we move throughout the afternoon and evening, but it will still be breezy. 20, 25 mile per hour winds, but still not as intense. Notice we still have this line of gusty showers moving into our eastern communities from New Philly through Canton, includes Ashtabula. That's the cold fronts. We had some gusty showers earlier this morning, but watch the temperatures here, 60s to 50s, even a period of time with some 40s, so colder air returning. And we're not done with the wet weather, but what type of precip will it be? We'll discuss coming up.
Better not be snow. All right, this weekend you have a chance to see some classic and high-performance cars. You can find all of them at the iX Power Piston Show. Nadine Abusada takes us inside for a sneak peek.
They come in all colors, designs, and decades.
We're back. The show's back, and it looks like it's firing up.
But one thing about them is they're always in.
The 69 Camaro, that's obviously one of the iconic cars. 69 Camaro is just one of those cars that's always worth something.
Those cars, along with more, will be showcased at the iX Center for a quick step back in time.
You know, as the shows evolve, if a piston makes it go, it's in this show. It's just not cars, it's motorcycles, it's large construction equipment, it's military vehicles, it's Jeeps, it's hot rods.
You'll find whips that are refurbished.
When a newer car wrecks, it stinks that car's wrecked, it's damaged, it's off the road, but it also gets one of the older cars back on the road. So lose life one way, save life another way.
And some that look like they came straight from the factory.
It's amazing, isn't it?
The show will feature more than 1,000 cars from all over.
Some of the best cars from the International Show Car Association circuit are here. We have over 60 cars that we feature in the perimeter of the show, and we also have another 46 cars that are featured from the Cruising Times All-Stars.
But it's not just about revving engines. There's also some family fun.
First of all, kids 12 and under are free. We have a model car contest for the kids to come and see. We actually have a gravel pit where the kids can come and actually interact at the at the Historical Construction Society there.
For the team, they're just happy to be back and to share their car love with Cleveland. Reporting in Cleveland, Nina Busada, News 5.
Coming up at noon, Chris Rock speaks. For the first time since that infamous Oscar night slap, the comedian takes a stage and addresses what happened.
Right here on News 5.
For the first time since that shocking moment on the Oscar stage when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, Rock is now publicly speaking out. This, as the Academy now says Smith was asked to leave the ceremony, but refused to do so. Here's ABC's Rena Roy.
A sold-out crowd welcoming comedian Chris Rock to the stage in Boston Wednesday night, and his first performance since the Oscars moment that played out on live television, shocking the world.
How was your weekend?
In this audio obtained by Variety, Rock publicly addressing that slap by Will Smith on the Oscars stage.
I don't have like a bunch of about what happened. I'm still kind of processing what happened. So at some point I'll talk about it.
The rest of Rock's show was more about the laughs.
Said if you're out here to see what I'm going to say about what happened, he goes, it's not going to happen. Let's move on, and I'm going to give you a great show.
Lines wrapped around the block with longtime fans eager to see him perform.
It was absolutely amazing. He did a fantastic job. We gave him a standing ovation, a warm welcome 3 times, and he cried.
The Academy now apologizing to Rock, writing, "Mr. Rock, we apologize to you for what you experienced on our stage and thank you for your resilience in that moment." The Academy also revealing Smith was asked to leave the awards ceremony after the assault, but he refused.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
The Academy now beginning disciplinary proceedings, saying in a statement, "Things unfolded in a way we could not have anticipated. We also recognize we could have handled the situation differently," vowing to take action against Smith for his behavior, which could include suspension, expulsion, or other sanctions.
Smith has apologized for the incident, saying his behavior was unacceptable and inexcusable. Wanda Sykes, one of the 3 hosts, also spoke out recently, saying the hosts also deserve an apology, but have only received one from Rock. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
It's been a very blustery 24 hours, and as temperatures fall, there's a chance to see a wintry mix, some wet flakes. We'll talk about it coming up.
Tim Ryan, and I approve this message.
Today, U.S. and European officials say Russian forces are struggling to take control of Ukraine, as new reports from multiple intelligence agencies say Russian leader Vladimir Putin isn't being told the truth about how badly his army is performing. ABC's Ike Jachi has the latest.
Today, UK intelligence aligning with U.S. spy agencies, claiming Russian President Vladimir Putin's top advisors are too scared to tell him the truth about the poor performance of his troops in Ukraine.
One of the Achilles heels of autocracies is that you don't have people in those systems who speak truth to power or who have the ability to speak truth to power.
The Kremlin today responding, saying of American officials claiming Putin is being lied to, they do not understand President Vladimir Putin, they do not understand the decision-making mechanism, they do not understand our work style. However, British intelligence claiming some Russian soldiers are disobeying direct orders.
We've seen Russian soldiers, short of weapons and morale, refusing to carry out orders, sabotaging their own equipment, and even accidentally shooting down their own aircraft.
Russian forces said they were scaling back military operations in the Kiev and Chernihiv regions to promote trust between the two sides. Yet the Pentagon says it's seen less than 20% of Russian troops reposition from Kiev. And today, these new images showing Russia is still attacking those areas. In Chernihiv, this video shows the aftermath of a Russian strike on a local market. And in the village of Sloboda, 13 miles south of Chernihiv, people being evacuated from their homes as the Ukrainian army moves through. The number of refugees leaving Ukraine now surpassing 4 million, half of them children. In Irpin, explosions near a key suburb just miles outside of Lviv. And in southern Ukraine, officials confirmed this Red Cross building was hit by a Russian military strike. Zelensky speaking with President Biden on the phone for almost an hour Wednesday, thanking him for the U.S.'s pledge of an additional $500 million in direct budgetary aid and that his support is vital. The Russian Defense Ministry has announced a ceasefire in the port city of Mariupol with direct support from the UN to allow thousands of trapped civilians to evacuate the city. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
Happening today, President Biden expected to address rising energy prices and a plan to help. The Associated Press reports the president is expected to announce a plan to release up to 1 million barrels of oil per day from the country's Strategic Petroleum Reserve. Now, it's not known how long that release will last, but the Associated Press reports it could be several months. The war in Ukraine helped drive up the price of oil, which closed Wednesday at more than $100 per barrel. That's up from about $60 a year ago. It has been nearly 1 year since Amtrak first suggested the idea of reestablishing rail service in Ohio between Cleveland and Cincinnati, with stops in Columbus and Dayton. Since then, Congress has come up with $66 billion for Amtrak to move forward with projects like this, but the state has yet to sign on. Supporters of the rail line point to economic growth. Columbus is the second largest city in the nation without Amtrak rail service, and the proposal came last year before Intel announced its billion-dollar entry into the state.
This is something that has a direct impact on enlarging the available workforce for employers like Intel. So this is a national entity coming in and saying, Ohio, hey, if you work with us, we can get this started.
Last spring, Governor Mike DeWine said they'll have to learn more about the costs. A spokesperson for the governor told us there are no updates at this time related to his decision-making process. More green space is coming to Cuyahoga County. Organizers of the Lakefront Public Access Plan released a report highlighting 4 new focus areas which could create 7 miles of lakefront access. Those include the Lake Clifton Bridge, Lakewood's Gold Coast, the East 9th, East 55th Connect, and the Beulah Park Euclid Beach Connector. Now, the idea behind all of this is to connect already existing waterfront paths, roads, and public access points from one end of the county to another. Probably not the best of mornings to be out in the metro parks, just with that wind, and there's always that concern of trees, coming down, and we saw power outages, and it was a busy morning.
It was really gusty winds, especially from about 4 to 6 a.m. That's when we saw some of our strongest wind gusts from 45 to 55 miles per hour. So you notice that in downtown, we had a peak wind gust of 54 miles per hour. Sandusky around the same there at 56. At the Akron-Canton Airport, 47, and Findlay, 47 too. So it's been really gusty out there, along with some heavy downpours at times. This was the front. Watch the temperatures here. 60s, 50s behind.